Good morning, friends and Bitcoiners. Welcome to another episode of BCN Crypto Kickoff. My name is Mr. Clifford T. Mitchum, and I'm going to be your host today. I am also the Educational Director for BitcoinCryptoNews, so be sure to check out the website to get information on the latest events and articles talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So as always, want to start off by giving a shout out to all of our lovely followers for sharing, liking, and putting out this video. Those of you on Instagram, those of you on MeWe, those of you on Facebook, although we kind of want to move away from them. They're kind of censoring stuff and they already mess with us on crypto. So it'd be great to find us on the other platforms and actually also here on YouTube, which just in case they start cracking down on crypto again, we know to find us on those other locations. Also on Steam and DTube, so you can find us there. So just to get everything rolling as we always do, let's go ahead and get started by going over our disclaimer. The information provided in this show is for educational purposes only and is not financial or investment advice. For financial advice, please speak with a licensed professional. So with that, let's get started. All right, Bitcoin started off the week of October 28th going through November 3rd, came in at $6,489.02, finishing out the week at $6,418.24. That is a drop of $70.78 or 1.1% decrease. More of that stability, which is everything that crypto is not known for. We haven't seen much for volatility going on. When you look at the chart here, you can see we had a drop. It stayed there for a couple days, went back up, dropped, stayed there for a couple days, and just kind of followed that same pattern. So it really looks like somebody is intentionally dropping the price of cryptocurrency, pushing in a big jump into it when nothing happens, just to make sure that it doesn't drop any lower or that people see some activity in it. Who's doing that? I got no idea. All right, but one thing we can say is that this stability is not going to be going on for much longer. We do have some other information that we're going to get to in the news stories as far as the ETF and things going on with the legacy markets. So we should start seeing more of the traditional volatility as that comes in. Also, this quarter tends to dump at the end of it, so we can still expect to see a big run up after those announcements or drop if the announcements go negatively, but then still a big run up prior to that, then a sell off for the end of the year coming into Q1, which is generally a down quarter. But up until that time, it's still, in my opinion, something good, something to still get into, and there's still chances of a large jump. Traditionally, crypto hits its all-time high, but we'll see about that going on in the quarter. We'll get more of that later. So last week this year, what was going on in crypto was it started off at $5,754.44, finishing out the week at $7,379.95. That being a $1,621.51 gain, or 28.2% increase, which, this was the big run up. Crypto was on its way to its all-time high, as you can see in the chart, just steady, mountain climber, which is great, but we want to see more of activity like this going on this year. We just have too many current events and things that aren't quite coming into play to get another run-in for cryptocurrency like that. I would love to see more of this in the coming week, a chart more like this in the coming week, because something's going to break loose. I personally don't expect to see something negative coming in from the SEC. There's 9 applications they should be talking about, and I suppose that the majority of them or all of them should be coming through, so we should see some positive information. Either way, what we have are a lot of hodlers and people that truly believe in Bitcoin maximalism, Bitcoin as the currency to have, and we can see that reverberation also being reflected throughout all areas of financial industry. So I would expect to see a more of an upward trend with good news coming out later this week, or a dip, but then again with another upward trend as the people that are going in for the financial and legacy markets kind of move away from it as their quarter comes closer to an end. So now when we look at this week, last year, from November 4th through November 10th, Bitcoin started out the week at $7,404.52, finishing out the week at $6,618.14, being a $786.38 drop or 10.7% decrease. This is kind of one of those immediate pullback moments that we had seen last year. We had such a tremendous rise the first week. It's going to level off as people start doubting the expectation and stop believing that it's going to continue further, which means it's going to end up plateauing, as you can see in the chart here. Plateaus for a bit, and then at the end of the week dips, and then we had another expected rise coming up after that. And this continued to go on through December. So I really would expect to see more of that activity going into December of being an upward trend. Whether it hits the all-time high, fingers are crossed. But getting over the 10,000 mark into the 15,000, completely possible. So a nice doubling of the current market value. So moving on to the quarterly activity in cryptocurrency. Q4 2017 starts in October, goes to the end of the year. It started out the quarter at $4,395.81, finishing out the quarter at $14,156.40, that being a $9,760.59 increase or 222%. This also includes the all-time high coming in at $19,000, I think it's $938, but basically 20K. So getting back to that point is going to be, problematic just with the stability that we've seen. It'd be great to see another all-time high, just getting into even 20,000 itself and holding that for a moment. However, again, with that stability that we've been seeing over the last couple months, the likelihood is low. Still getting in the range of 14, 15,000, even though I don't like to pick numbers. I think that's totally possible. So we can go ahead and just expect more of that fervor. We have a lot of projects that are coming into Bitcoin into altcoins. They're showing a lot of promise, showing a lot of mass adoption. We're also seeing a lot of government regulations coming into place directly for Bitcoin, along with the related cryptocurrencies. Now, this is truly what I see as building the foundation that can allow it to come close to an all-time high, or at least come to a quarterly peak over the next couple weeks. December being that really kickoff time. If it doesn't happen by mid-December, it's just not going to happen. So we'll see as more weeks come through. For Q4, quarter to date of 2018, Bitcoin started off the quarter at $6,593.24, finishing out the quarter at $6,361.26, that being a $231.98 drop or 3.5% decrease. Not tremendous. It's still below the day trading average of 5%. We do see, again, a similar pattern that we saw in the past week, where everything's stable, drops off, gets stable. You have a big whale jump as everything moves into the market, and then, kind of tailors off, and then you have a sharp drop off, it's stable, and, expect another jump. So it's just continuing more with this pattern, which I really feel is the speculators truly manipulating or playing with the currency itself. Hodlers aren't trading. People that believe in the future of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, they're just not moving in and out of currencies like this. So we have a lot of whales that are just jumping in on this activity. Plus the sharp increases, the sharp decreases are further indicative of that. So there's some conglomerate, some group, I don't believe one single individual, but some group that's moving in and out along these regulated times just to cool off the market and keep it iced. Can't happen forever. Once we actually have more people just coming in, just the groundswell of people will boost us up and overcome any manipulation they have going on. It's just a matter of more people need to get in. Again, not financial advice, so I'm not saying what people should do. It's what I'm doing. I'm putting some money aside to get in and get more because this is going to be a great buying opportunity. This quarter for Bitcoin is traditionally the high point. All the peaks come in this quarter. No matter what it's been doing throughout the year on year, Q4, the time to get into crypto. Except in 2014, we've been going strong, for every year except 2014, which was the big bear year. We're not quite on the same path this year as we were in 2014 because we have just so many new players and the field has just grown and become so more diversified. So I don't think they're exactly the same, but just for the futures activity, the trading activity has just reached a volume that is more stable than I feel was going on in 2014. But hey, only time will tell. My expectations are still to go up to a strong high around the 15,000, and fingers crossed that we can still cross the 20,000 mark. Everything goes well with the ETFs. It's highly possible to still get over the 25,000 mark, but we have to see what's going on with the ETFs. And crypto being crypto, it is sensitive, so we got to give it a little tissue so the guys will live, but based off what's going on in current events. So with that, going into our news. Want to start off with a big shout out to Bitcoin and Coffee. I appreciate you, Eugene. Always, putting out with a great show. Good luck over at the EDC. I've actually been doing some reaching out to people that are connected to EDC hashtags, kind of friending them, see if I can kind of warm the waters. And that way people are like, oh yeah, that one guy, he was on the internet talking about crypto. Now I have this guy in front of me. And he's also in there, but not sure if I saw his show, but I saw his show maybe because he saw that guy's show, something like that. But anyway, hopefully that happens and really gets a lot of success going on for your endeavor this weekend coming up at the EDC. But everybody be sure to check out his show, Bitcoin and Coffee. Comes on at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. He is another Florida boy hanging out in the more northern section or central section of Florida, while I'm down here in the south, dirty south, even though I wasn't actually born here. A few people from Florida, or a few people that are in Florida are actually from Florida. I'm actually Midwest, but that works out. So, getting into our news, top stories for the week. Coming in October 29th, the Czech Bank launches cryptocurrency-friendly services. All right, so this article came across a Twitter feed from Whitelist0x. Crypto, shout out to you. Thanks for posting that. The story itself isn't a strong factor as far as it wasn't a big moving story. But what this story is showing is that you have a lot more incorporation and a lot more friendly activities for the mass adoption. When people see that their local bank is actually accepting and working with cryptocurrency, it's going to be very indicative of other people feeling more comfortable and introducing more mass adoption. The Czech Republic itself has always been very friendly to crypto. Prague is one of the leading cities with some of the most available merchants that have that accept cryptocurrency. So those people traveling in that area, you have a lot of options to get into Bitcoin or to utilize your Bitcoin and get that circulation. The key that we need is more circulation. We have our funds we set aside for investment. That's fine. But if you're going to spend money, convert those funds to Bitcoin and then spread them around. That circulation is what's going to add more activity, and that's what's going to make people more comfortable, and that's what's going to further get more mass adoption in cryptocurrency. So we got to keep that in mind. But good on the Czech bank. ExpoBank CZ is actually the bank itself that did that. So crypto shout out to ExpoBank CZ. Good on you guys. Next article is coming on October 29th from Kim Dotcom, or an article about Kim Dotcom. He says the US dollar is in a death spiral. Buy crypto. Now, this article came across a Twitter feed from BitcoinNews.com. Not affiliated with Bitcoin News, BitcoinCrypto.news, but just to make sure that's clear. All right, but crypto shout out to BitcoinNews.com. Thanks for posting this article. In the article, it goes on to state how the U.S. economy has hit, record highs, but it's also hit record high debt. When you do the numbers as far as the ability for the U.S. government to pay back its debt is not looking promising. Plus, the inclination of the U.S. Congress and the current administration, past administrations, has not been to pay off the debt or to make any efforts towards that. So it's likely that Kim Dotcom is on, sniffing down the right trail. When it's going to happen, we don't know. But this is a very good example of what happens in other countries. Or we can look at examples from other countries. Venezuela, Iran, Turkey being the most notable. When the economy starts to tank, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, gold, silver, all tend to shoot up. However, there was something specific in Venezuela when people tried to take airplane flights out of the country and they were carrying gold, that was confiscated. Bitcoin can't be confiscated. It's all digital. It's already wherever you want to be before you even get there, as long as you have internet access. So, Kim Dotcom, is probably on a good path and just very indicative for all of us to be sure to protect ourselves, being safe, talking with licensed professionals, learning what somebody can about cryptocurrency, finding the merchants that move cryptocurrency, finding people that you can trade with that are willing to accept cryptocurrencies. Definitely activities you want to keep in mind just for that potential future. Our next article coming in October 30th, Coinbase worth $8 billion will list hundreds of tokens. This article came to us on the Twitter feed from Crypto Coin Junkie. So thanks for that. Crypto shout out to Crypto Coin Junkie. Now, what it's saying is Coinbase has been valued at $8 billion and is preparing to add considerable number of tokens to its exchange. Coinbase has been one of the most used and user-friendly access points into the cryptocurrency space. So them moving into expanding their listed of coins, great move, good on them. Those people that are speculators, any idea of coins that might be added to Coinbase has been a good investment, as we see 0x and we saw with Batcoin, Basic Attention Coin. They've had great moves just before they were talked about being added, and then once they were actually incorporated into the platform, a lot of growth there. So as those coins become listed, might be good ideas to drop a couple hundred in there just to see what it does. That's what my plan is. But again, not financial advice. Go ahead and do your own. Talk to professionals. All right, so now they've been looking at this valuation, and the thing about it, they're raising funds with this information on the valuation, but the thing about it is they don't actually need the money. Coinbase is flush, so they're really doing a large emphasis on this funding mechanism to get more marketing, get their name out, get more people talking about it, get more news coming forth, which is good on them. All news is good news. As they move into becoming more of a crypto bank, it's always good to expand the investors, get more hands in the pot, introduce more mass adoption as more people come into the crypto space. And Coinbase, like I said, excellent platform. We actually have a referral code in the description below if you'd like to join on Coinbase if you're not already. Any questions on that, by all means, email me, connect with me. I can help you out. So, good on them. Love to see the number of coins. And, it's great free market publicity, great capitalism, because, that runs the American world. And, it's the best way that everyone in the world can actually move up from their current position. So, get more crypto. That's what I'm thinking to myself. Get more crypto. Things looking good. Our next article, on October 31st, 2008, we actually had the posting of the Bitcoin white paper, which means that the headline was celebrating 10 years since the white paper of Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This article came to us from Binance, and noting the impact that Bitcoin has had in the last 10 years is just tremendous. The disruption is added into the financial technology, into just the paradigm shift that is created, the market that is provided for this platform, for this information. For me, I can't thank Satoshi Nakamoto enough. Good on you. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, however you want to say it, to Bitcoin. And we just have a lot of activity going on with it right now, and we can just see how the reverberations are just going throughout every aspect of life, whether it's peer-to-peer transactions, whether it's financial technology, whether it's the legacy financial markets, whether it's the opportunity for people across the planet to actually become banked and increase their station. Yeah, if they ever find this guy, the bankers are probably going to have a field day with him. Just saying. But, better keep a low profile, Mr. Nakamoto, or Mr. Nakamoto. So, thank you. Happy birthday, Bitcoin. The Bitcoin white paper. All right. Our final article. This is the big one. November 3rd, we had an article saying the SEC to rule on 9 Bitcoin ETFs after November 5th. So, tomorrow, sometime later in the week, we should be getting the announcement. We have 9 potential projects, teams, organizations that will get approval. In my opinion, I think they're going to get approved. I'm obviously not behind the scenes. I can't tell you better than anybody else. But, once we find this information, it's going to reverberate through the crypto market. This article itself came to us from Bitcoin News Bull. So crypto, shout out to you. And, it's finally just showing that, the tide is turning. As much as they used to say, oh, Bitcoin's going to zero. That's not a real currency. Bitcoin is not real money. Bitcoin's real money. Bitcoin is the greatest paradigm shift in money, financial technology that we've seen in our lifetimes. And it's opened up so much for everyone around the world. It's just, I don't see how the SEC can really shoot it down. Too many other countries are getting in and becoming players, and to not approve these ETFs, it's just doesn't make sense, logically speaking. I understand as far as regulation, because we do have the scammers, we do have the hackers, and we do have a lot of people that need to focus more on learning to protect their assets, but it's inevitable. I would expect to see a positive approval for these ETFs, and a lot of changes coming down the pipe. I'm getting my funds ready, and everybody else talk with somebody, speak with somebody, and learn how to do it. Train yourself. Don't turn into one of these people that become susceptible to the hacks or keeping too much of their funds on exchanges, because obviously you have to keep some on there just to work with it. But anything that you're not using to trade should be moved onto a cold wallet or off the exchange into some place that can be protected and kept, and your passwords, keys, and other information that's vital to those, keep them safe. So we'll see what happens over the coming week. My expectation is approval, but they didn't ask me. All right. So these are the top stories that I found coming across our feed. If you have any top stories, you'd like a story added to the feed, reach out. Drop me a link, send me a direct message, and we'll go ahead and get those incorporated. Now, finishing up with our last section, our Bitcoin BCN 1 minute with. In this portion, we actually take 1 minute to learn about the different cryptocurrencies we have. I've had some computer issues, so I haven't had any new videos up, and I'm going to have those coming soon. I'm just going to go ahead and get a new computer and get this whole thing reset. I'm running a Linux box, and I turned something on or I turned something off, and it just messed me up. So it's just gone on too long. So I'm just going to get that fixed on my end just so I get more of this information out. The videos that we've already done, be sure to go through and peruse those. Particularly, not to be a shill for it. I'm not actually invested in this project, but I am going to be. PoonDX. Check out the video for them. They've got some great tech, and they have some actually hardware that they're using for greater utilization and mass adoption of cryptocurrency. Dash. Dash has been doing tremendous things in Venezuela. Talk about an organization that's putting boots on the ground for people to actually facilitate peer-to-peer transactions and get their necessary vital accessories, toiletries, and everything. Dash has been jumping into the gap to put that on the ground. Their price action hasn't truly reflected when you look at the market activity, but they are doing a solid foundation. So as things break loose, I can see that project truly stepping forward just because you have so many people that are behind that, such a strong community. Another coin to check out in there that we've already made. As far as videos we've already made, Bitcoin Cash had a tremendous week. It's up some 30%. I know there's a lot of dislike and displeasure with the activity of Bitcoin Cash, but everything aside, if it makes money, it makes sense. They've done a lot of work to build bridges between retailers and use of their currency that, we are still seeing a lot in Bitcoin, but Bitcoin Cash has really stepped up, and congratulations for the work that they've accomplished, because any work that they do truly does incorporate mass adoption for all of us. So whether or not we like the project, we don't want to necessarily put too much negativity out there, because just the infighting doesn't get anybody anywhere. Another coin to check out as far as videos that we've done, XRapid, XRP. They're actually putting together, they're being used as a trading pair. So you'll see, instead of seeing BTC and whatever coin, you'll see XRP and whatever coin. Dogecoin is also doing that when people are looking at smaller altcoins and smaller projects. So I know they're a trading pair on Cryptopia. But the one for XRP, I'm not an XRP guy. I have some because it made me a lot of money. But as far as the project's principles, I'm not for the centralization it has. But at the same time, if it makes money, we're in this to get ahead, not sacrifice a winning opportunity. Just if you see a mover, it's moving. Something to keep in mind. So be sure to check out those videos, comment, like, share, let those projects know. We do appreciate their work. I don't want to put too much shade on any one project. I have my beliefs, you got yours. But as long as you're doing good work in the crypto space, keep it up. Good on you. So with that, last week, we had our meeting of Bitcoiners of Southwest Florida. Great meeting. Big crypto shout out to Joan. Joan is relatively new to the crypto space, been following around for a while, and had a great opportunity to explain to her more the trading aspects and the profitability that cryptocurrency has. And, also on Dan, who came to us after visiting Puerto Rico. He was just telling us at the meeting about Koki Coin. Koki Coin is actually a cryptocurrency they're working on building in Puerto Rico. They can use locally between different merchants and get paid in it and do their basic day-to-day life and activities. Just goes to show that more of that mass adoption is coming in. So thank you, Dan, for that information on Koki Coin. I'll see what I can do to add that to my portfolio or what I can do to support that project. But that's largely limited to people in Puerto Rico. Good on them. Something similar brings to mind another coin, Noah Coin, which is largely used in Philippines, but that one's designed for remittance. So as many Filipinos, they work on cruise ships and they're working in other endeavors around the world. It allows them to send funds back to the Philippines so they can help their family and friends. So that's another cool project. We've actually done a video on them, so be sure to check out Noah Coin. But Bitcoiners in Southwest Florida meets the first Thursday of each month. So their next meeting is coming up. Let me go ahead and check my calendar because I didn't write it down here. The first Thursday in December is December 6th. So at 6 o'clock, December 6th, the next meeting of Bitcoiners in Southwest Florida. Thanks to everybody that came out to the last meeting. Bitcoin in Southwest Florida is the largest meetup for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency enthusiasts in Southwest Florida. That is run by our friends here at BitcoinCryptoNews, and I myself am one of the co-organizers. So find it on Meetup so you all can get connected and join us. Come out, chat with crypto. A group of people whose eyes roll back in their head or go glossy because nobody knows about cryptocurrency. You can also find our best addition, the best resource we have is our training courses in educating everybody on cryptocurrency, our Bitcoin 101. People that are just starting out need to get their account set up. Our Bitcoin 201, the people that have got their account set up are now looking to expand their portfolio. Bitcoin 301, 302, for people looking to actually do trade. We can talk about basic strategies, see if we can use that profitability of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. You can also find us on social media. MeWe. Keep forgetting about getting the tribe set up. Eugene, I'm gonna get with you. We'll get that. And YouTube, obviously, Minds, Facebook. We have a large group there, so be sure to reach out to us. We have our referral links down in the description. So if you're looking to start an account with Coinbase, Binance, Cryptopia, use one of those links. And as always, anybody like to contribute to help expand and keep this little endeavor going, by all means, use the donation buttons below. So as I always recommend everybody, we have to keep in mind, nobody gets ahead without taking a little bit of chance, a little bit of risk. So as always in Bitcoin, you gotta risk it to get the biscuit. You all have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and I'll see you again next Monday. We'll be here. We'll be there. Chat us up. Be sure to share. Pass it on to everybody. So have a good one.